so let's see what is going to happen. Alright, some good things back and forth. Both phenomenal defense on both sides. Trying to figure out what each one is going. We have a nice assault C from Coma. Ooh, and with the range, Merkava, Onyxdood opens him up. Ooh, with the nice, just throw around the baby. Let's go. And Merkava currently winning the grid war, has Vorpal. Both of them playing a very, very cautious game. Yes, Coma knows the matchup between Orie and Merkava, but each player doesn't play their characters somewhat differently. And Coma able to open up with a nice 2C, gets in the corner, has 120 meter, and now he begins his stagger pressure and able to open him up with that standing overhead, shattering Onyxdood's grid. Goes for EX Persona lockdown, able to open up once more. Ooh, and Onyxdood gets right back on the assault. Swing the baby. Gets in Vorpal into the lovely DP from Coma. Oh, and a CS from Onyxdood. He was just like, nope. You DP me, I'm gonna hit you with, I'm gonna grab you right on after that and take home this match. Nah, it's not happening. All right, there we go. Coma's got the corner. He's got some nice pressure. Ooh, that assault C shatters Onyxdood's grid once more, and this is like Coma playing with his food. He's got all the time in the world. He's got the Vorpal. He's got that nice temper. He CS's on out to get that meter back. And he is just continuing his damage in the corner. Takes some time to power up, to get that 200 meter, get the grid he needs to put himself at that nice 10%. Tries to go for EXDP, and then Onyxdood was able to bait it out, and now he takes his turn right on back, getting some significant damage. Things are gonna hurt. He's got a 200 meter. He's got a good amount of grid, and as I say, all that stuff, trying to hype him up too soon. Divine thrust in the face. Divine thrust in the face. Oof. Okay, we go. Onyxdood able to mash on out. Still has his 200 meter, and he continues up this turn. EX babies, what's your option? Ooh, trying to go for gold throw, and he completely not only turns the tide, but gets rid of the babies on the ground. Ooh, CS into a nice 2C. Okay. Shook him up a bit. Don't CS into DP. Don't CS into something flashy. Just keep him on his toes. EX divine thrust. After the cross-up, converts with a nice 2C and finish the game off with a nice EX Divine Thrust once again. Coma showing us that he is here to just play the game, do his due diligence, and then get on out. He's just like, I want my money. I want my screen time. That's all he wants. And you know what? I'm not even mad at that. You can't be mad at that. Because once you get to that level, it literally just turns into you just coming here, doing your due diligence, and then going home. You know, have some of the idle chit-chat from time to time in between sets, and you're just like, all right, I got my money, got everything else I needed, got my screen time for my potential sponsorships later on, and then peace them out. Oh, and here we go. Onyxdood switches to the main. He's got his nice Wallstein. Now, I know I was talking to Coma about this earlier. He said that if he is going to pick Wallstein, he would immediately switch to Batista. But as you know how these rules work, that winner has to keep their character. So, of course, Coma is going to fight this upcoming fight with as much as he has. But in the unfortunate circumstance, if he loses, which it looks like he's definitely not going to, we'll definitely see some Batista gameplay. And here we go with Onyxdood with a nice CS, goes into the nice grab. Puts some damage, try to slow down Coma's momentum in any way, shape, or form that he can. Ooh! CS is point blank in his face, and then he gets grabbed by Orie, followed up by the nice Persona EX lockdown, and then gets trampled on. And it's already tough being a Wallstein, but the only thing you can really do is just run and short hop. Like, you can't dash, you can dash, but you can't run, which is, that's something you're really gonna need, especially up against an Orie player whose Divine Thrust can go more, I want to say at least like 75% of the stage. It's wild, Coma putting in some work here. Oh, and Onyxdood goes for a veil off, but is completely thwarted, and he's going to get some punishment out of that as Coma takes his turn right back, sitting on 10%, sitting on a good amount of grid, backs off, has a phenomenal life lead. He's just going to start chilling, goes for an EX Divine Thrust, and then keeps his combos up again. And he is going to go ahead and finish it up without spending any meter at all. Oof. Coma putting in some big work here, folks. My goodness. All right, going into our next match in our winners finals, round 3. Coma wins this upcoming match, then he will be sitting pretty in grand finals, waiting on his next opponent. But let's see what Onyxdood has to say about this. Could we see that run back coming up now, or will we see it coming up later? Who knows? Stay tuned. All right, stagger pressure, good. Keep him on his toes. Try to find that opening with some nice assault C's, okay. Onyxdood finally able to CS and cashing out, getting some of that meter back he needs to try and turn the tables, but he is unfortunately opened up by a low from Coma, and Coma begins his devastating onslaught. Ooh, hits him with that last minute persona. Continues his turn, opens him up with a low. And then just with the stagger pressure, with a few different mix-ups, getting Onyxdood completely confused, takes him down, and then all they're coming to do is just win this game, and that's about it. He's gonna be sitting pretty. Goes for the swipe. Ooh, goes for the EX grab. Gold throw, able to get it, and we're gonna see some nice damage. 2.3 with 5 hits. And Onyxdood tries to assault in, but then gets met by a lovely, lovely 2A from Coma. Ooh, standing overhead, good block, good block. Ooh, and there we go. He tries to go forward again and completely strips Coma of his Whirlpool, saving his grid. Oh, it's got to be rough trying to get in close to Orie, because Orie can just backflip real fast and Divine Thrust right back in your face mid while you're trying to dash into him. It hurts. It hurts so much. Okay, converts with a nice wall bounce. Continues things like, oh, but he drops. Not good, not good. CS to make himself safe. Onyxdood is still in this, but it's just, it's just a sad sight to see as he's trying to dash in, but he does in fact get a nice veil off, shattering Coma's grid once more, goes in and gets the grab, and with the big damage he had from that 10% from the 30, with the 10% from Volt, for the 20% from veil off, 30%, just shatters him and puts the game on the board finally. Coma with the first blood, sitting at almost 200 meter, gets with the standing overhead. We got a grid break here, extra 10%, which guaranteed him that Vorpal. Oh man. Coma trying to open him up with some assault A's. CS's does not hit with the 2C, but that's fine. He does in stack keep his turn, gets the grab, EX Persona lockdown, assault A jump in. What we got? Oh man, are we gonna see a perfect here? We might just see a perfect, and he's able to open him up and finish the match off with a lovely, lovely, lovely assault C. And there you have it, folks. Our boy, Matt Coma, the Dark Hero,